Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna give you all the information you need to know about the current tournament of Power Season, which regroup the route, the best character tier list, the team that will be shown during the gameplay video coming this Sunday, and I will give you also some replacement on how to or what to use if you are missing some characters. And at the end of the video we will go quickly over every single fight and I will give you some tips on how to approach them. But do not worry, there is the gameplay video coming this weekend, and that will be more in depth on how to target and position your characters. Actually, for this season, I'm gonna play for a community member on Discord. It's gonna be the same as always in terms of how I approach the video. Now, without a further ado, let's start with the route. As per usual, we are going to follow the yellow line. This season, you're gonna have a couple of alternative fights on the second half with number 9, 10, and 12. I find the ones on the left hand side the easier and the most or the least complicated to approach, so that's what we're gonna do. But if you prefer the ones on the blue line, you can do that. That's fine. In terms of enemy color, the purple one is the strongest, so having some yellows is going to be pretty good, and blue is pretty weak in terms of enemy color, same for red. This set of colors are actually pretty great because we have so many yellows that are at tier 2. Now let's get over the tier list very quickly. Obviously the new Legend Piccolo is the one that has the highest boost with 35% battle score bonus, while any character that is Cell Saga and Regen will have 15%, and any character that is Cell Saga has 10%, Regen only 5%. But I wouldn't advise you to use any tier 3 to be honest, just focus tier 2s if possible. You have so many free to play characters. The Huza event is available at the moment. You can use it to your advantage to farm the free to plays if you are missing some characters, and I would avoid any tier 3. If you want to use a tier 3, you do that only if you have the new Piccolo and your team is pretty low star and you need one last unit, you can do that. But other than that, I would avoid it because the 1k is pretty competitive and you need to have as much chances as possible and have as much boost as possible. Now let's get into the team. This is what I will be using during the gameplay video. Like I said before, I will be playing for a community member on Discord. So this is not exactly the same amount of stars, but it should be pretty similar. I'm showing you on my account right now. But yeah, we're gonna have triple yellow since there is a lot of purple enemies, and I will show you later the fights. We're gonna have a lot of fun time where we put triple yellow in the top row to tank damage, and this is a great opportunity to do it since you have a lot of free to play and characters that are easy to get for yellows this season. So I think the best three yellows to have is actually like the Zenkai Piccolo, the free to play one, the free to play Kamikolo, the other, and the Zenkai Yellow Cell. But this yellow cell is not free and a lot of people do not have him. So I'm gonna go with another event exclusive, and it's gonna be the first from cell. If you have yellow cell, go with it. Now if you are missing like this Piccolo, you didn't farm him because you don't want or you didn't have access to the event and you don't want to use USTR medal on him to Zenkai him, what I would advise you to use is like this yellow cell. You can farm all three of them in the Huza event. It's available right now, so go max them out and they will be very good in battle. After that, we're gonna have this free cell. He's gonna be blue, and we're gonna double up on blue units because blue is stronger than red, and they're gonna be here to protect our yellows if we find some red enemies. For the blues, if you have the new Piccolo, you would use the new Piccolo instead of this cell if you have the Zenkai Kamikolo. If you do not have the Zenkai Kamikolo, you will use him instead of him. Other than that, if you do not have the new Piccolo, you don't have the Zenkai Kamikolo, you have the EX cell that you can get from the story event. You can go Zenkai him with just spamming energy. There is the stage from the story or original story. I'm not sure if it's available right now, but if it is, it will be a great pickup. And if you do not have him Zenkai, just use the Kamikolo here, even if he's not Zenkai, and he should do a job. Then at the end, what we're gonna do is have one red, one purple, and one green. Now, green, there is only one option, which is this first form cell. Even if he's not Zenkai, I would advise you to take him. If you do not have him, that's fine. You just do not take any green. You don't take a tier 3. And what you can do is very simple. Just take a second purple maybe, or take a second red, and you should be okay. If you do not have a second red or second purple, you can take a third blue, and it should be fine. I'm gonna put him back here. Now for purples, there is the Zenkai Purple Cell, the LL, he's the best one. If you do not have him, or you do not have him high star to Zenkai him, you can go with this cell if he's higher star. If you do not have this cell, you can go with the EX one. And if the EX is higher than 7 star, he should be okay. We are going to put him in the top row for just a couple of fights. And finally, you have a red. I think the Zenkai red cell is the best. But if he's not Zenkai, what I would advise you to do is use this Zenkai revival cell. If you do not have the Zenkai revival cell, you can use this transforming cell if he's 7 star or higher, this ultra cell if he's 7 star or higher. If you don't have either, just use the one of these two red cells, anyone that is higher star. Now we have to double check we have the correct art on every single character. We're gonna check the highest stats they have in terms of attack. For example, this cell has higher blast attack, the ultra cell, so we're gonna have blast here. And we're gonna do that for every single character, especially the defense and support type. Double check them. For example, this Piccolo is more strike, so we're gonna keep it strike. We're gonna have this EXL if we're going to use him. He has more blast, so we're gonna do blast. In terms of equipment, it's gonna be similar like always. C equip on everyone, and it's gonna be a clash equip on everyone, and third gold equip depending on the type of characters. If your character is not 7 star, you cannot use this clash equip, so you're gonna need to have a different silver equip if you want to, and that should do it. Do not use any character that is not 7 star outside the new Piccolo, because it's not really worth it in my opinion. Even if you do not have like a green and you have only this guy low star, I wouldn't use him, and use a second purple for example, and that should be okay for your run. Now let's get into the details for every fight. Here is the first part of the map, so the one on the left hand side. We're gonna have the Krillin fight first. It's a very easy one that we did last season. For this one, I would advise you to put your yellows in the top row, no other color. So if you have 2 yellow, just put 2 yellows. And I would advise you to put a blue in the middle row, so he's the fastest. You will target 2 of the purple units at the end, and it's gonna be the characters that I cannot tag switch. You will target first the red unit, so you can eliminate him and he doesn't do type advantage damage versus your yellows. And you will eliminate the tag unit second, because the tag unit can reverse purple second turn, and they will go type advantage versus your top row. So they will go second, red first, and the 2 other purples that cannot tag switch last, and the rest will be in between. Fight number 2, I would advise you to put reds in the top row. You can also put blues, but I wouldn't advise that at all, because you're gonna have Raccoon and Gildo that can tag switch to green, and you already have one green enemy, so red is the most optimal. For this one, I would advise you to put a blue in the middle area, so he's the fastest, and you eliminate the Disinverter first, because they can tag switch to blue second turn. And last, you're gonna target the yellow, the other yellow, the yellow that is not a tag switch. And second, what you're gonna target is the Raccoon and Gildo, because they will tag switch to green, type neutral, second turn. So recap, you're gonna put red units in the top row. If you have only one red, you cannot put only one red. Target the tag Disinverter first, the tag Raccoon and Gildo second, and you target last the other yellow unit, that is not a tag unit, and all the others will go in between, third to fifth. Fight number 3, I would advise you to put a yellow or purple in the top row. Probably yellow since we have 3. and in the middle row put a blue, so you can eliminate the red unit first, and the 2 purples will go last. It's the same as fight number 6, so use the same advice. Fight number 4 is a regen one with Garlic Jr. For this one, you have double purple again, so you're gonna put your yellows in the top row and at least one blue character in your middle. Eliminate the red enemy first, the 2 purple at the very end, and Garlic Jr. specifically will go last because he will be transformed and the tankiest unit from the enemy. You can take Garlic Jr. first if you want, but since you have double purple, I think it's better to take him last. You take him first just to avoid the transformation, and I wouldn't advise it too much, to be honest. For fight number 5, you have double red and double blue enemies, so you can either put your blues in the top row and take the reds last, or put your greens in the top row and take the blue last. If you put your greens in the top row and take the blue last, you're gonna need to eliminate the purple enemy first, and you're gonna put some yellows in the middle row to eliminate him fast. Other than that, if you are taking the reds last and putting the blues in the top row, in your middle row you're just gonna put characters that can go type advantage versus the character you're gonna take first and third. For fight number 6, we already done it. It's the same as fight number 3. We move on to the second half, which is the second part of the map. You have fight number 7. It has the revival Goku. Now this guy has 2 life, but we are not going to take him last and put our reds in the top row, or sorry, our greens in the top row, because there is 2 purple enemy and we are actually taking him earlier. We are going to put some yellows in the top row again. That's why we have triple yellow. There is so many purple enemies. We will eliminate the red enemy first, put some blues in the middle to do that and eliminate him quickly. Then we move on to fight number 8. We're gonna have triple green and double blue. I would advise you to either put purples in the top row, which is the best strategy since there is triple green, and eliminate the greens at the very end. You don't need to worry about any yellow enemy. In the middle row, you're gonna put anyone that can go type advantage versus red or blue. If you want to take the blues at the end, you're gonna put a green in the top row and take the double blue at the very end. Then we move on to fight number 9. It has triple purple again, so we're gonna put yellows in the top row, some blues in the middle, eliminate the red first, and the triple purple will go last. Then we're gonna have fight number 10. You have 2 options, either put purples in the top row or green, similar to fight number 8. If you put purples in the top row, have at least 1 red in the middle and eliminate the yellows first, the green last. If you're gonna put some greens in the top row, you don't have any purples to worry about, just put in the middle anyone that can go type advantage versus green, yellows or red, and the characters that can go type advantage will take the type disadvantage enemy first, and greens in the top row you take blues last, purples in the top row, greens last. Fight number 11, you're gonna have reds in the top row because we're gonna take the yellows last, and since we have reds in the top row, we're gonna eliminate the blue enemy first. If you can have 1 green in the middle to eliminate the blue quickly, it would be great. I wouldn't advise you to put purples in the top row because there is 2 yellow enemy. Now, last fight is gonna be number 12. For this one, we're gonna have yellows again in the top row, take the 2 purple last. I would advise you to eliminate the tag unit first or second, which is the Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Gogeta Blue. He fused into Turtle, so eliminate him before he does that. That's all for today. If you are a little bit confused, that's fine. We're gonna have the gameplay video and I will show you how I target directly. If you do not understand how positioning and targeting work in the game, there is a full complete TOP guide in the channel. I will put it in the description and recommendation for the next video, so you can watch that if you want to learn more about on TOP strategy. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any question, let me know in the comment. Have a good one and goodbye.